Welcome to New York City Health Hospitals Kings County YouTube podcast. I'm Antoinette Williamson, the Senior Director of Environmental Services.
And I'm Geraldo, Acevedo, the Director of Environmental Services.
And we're taking over this episode. Today we'll just be discussing leading the EVS team. As the senior leader of EVS, something that's really important to me is leading, and I say it all the time, with grace and compassion. And hiring people that are compassionate. We can teach anyone how to clean, but I can't teach compassion. And all the other things that we've talked about before, it's how are we getting the best care? How are we interacting with the patients? And that comes through compassion. But it's also giving compassion to our colleagues. You know, I always say, if you see one of your team members having a bad day, before you assume it's something, just go over and ask. Our pathway to getting people better is not just, hey, discipline. It's what can I do to help you? Sometimes things are going on in your lives and you need support. So for me, it's leading with grace. How can I assist you first? What can I do? Whatever it's going on. Because if life outside of work is not good, I can't expect you to do well here. So what can I do to support you? Is always my first question. And develop you. What are your goals? What are your next steps? Because if you have a goal when you're here, you're going to perform better. So for me, leading EVS, it's like always you lead with grace and compassion, and then everything else will fall into place after that. Yes, there are rules, and yes, there are things that have to be, that there's no gray area in how you're cleaning, what you're cleaning with. The standards of cleanliness, those are non-negotiables. But to get people to adhere to those standards is what the difference is. And our team here really does that, because when they walk in, I said it before, we're a family and I treat them as such. So we're leading with that space. When you come into this space of EVS, it should be pleasant. You should feel at peace, and then you're going to give out the same thing. In our meetings, it's no dictatorship, right? At all. And they understand that. We have open communication lines. We are, everyone's voice can be heard. If you have a better practice, if you have a better way or it's always okay. We can always try it, because we can always go back to what we know. So if you think something else can work better and it's not like cutting any corners, then there's no problem in trying. And we give everyone a lot of empowerment to work on their own. I don't believe in micromanaging. So because then no one wants to feel like someone has someone over their shoulder, no matter what you're doing. I don't work well like that. So I try my best not to do it. I don't know if he's going to say the same, but I try my best not to do that, because everyone needs to be empowered and feel like they can do things on their own. And that's how I work. So I try to give the same to others.
It's important for us to connect with our staff. It's not just about them doing a job. They're people with real lives outside of here. So it's important for us to connect with our team, to learn them, to understand them, to learn what motivates them, what makes them happy, what makes them sad, what's going on with their lives. Because again, we're together more than we are with our families. And that's just the nature of the world we live in and what we do. We're here hours upon hours. And it's important for us to understand the people we work with, to know how to help them, how to motivate them, how to keep them at high spirits, because not all the times are things going great in their own households. I learned once from one of my mentors who said there's being on stage and off stage. And I talk to our staff and I say, I know that you may have things going on in your lives. We all do. And it's important for us to be able to check that at the door sometimes. And once we come into Kings County Hospital, we are Kings County. And you need to be on stage. You need to be able to be in a good spirit, in a high spirit, great energy, because our patients feed off of us. The people around us feed off of us. So it's important for us to be in a good state of mind with our employees, to be able to connect with them, understand what's going on in their lives, ask them those questions, talk to them about how's your family, how are your kids, and understanding if there's something difficult going on, to ensure that we're helping them to work those things out, whether it's us or whether it's us pointing them to the right resources, because they do have the resources. They do have the people here to help. We have pastors here. We have, psychologists here. We have so many different people who can help our staff that we like to inform them of all the information and all the tools they have that they can use at their disposal. We have a gym here that helps. All those things are here to help our staff be better. You have the wellness rooms, you have the rooms where people can just take a couple minutes and relax. Just recently they built out all the areas in the crossovers from C to D where people can sit and have a break away from their units and their departments. And it's important. The tables on the outside of the hospital. I always tell our staff it's important to go outside and take time for yourselves, because the truth of the matter is it helps them. And the better they are, the better it is for our patients. The better it is for this hospital, the better it is for our department, the better it is for us as leaders, because healthy staff, happy staff is a good place to be.
And we also, at Kings County, we train all the new supervisors throughout New York City Health and Hospitals. They come here and spend 2 weeks with us. All the new operations managers, when they get hired into New York City Health and Hospitals for environmental services, they come here and train with us. And one of the things that we try to tell them is the same exact thing. Every account may not run as streamlined as we do, or they may have different things happening there, but it's important as a supervisor, as a manager, as any leadership, to get to know your staff, because once you know what matters to them, what they value, then you can have real conversations with them. So, as a tool of engagement, when people start, I'm like, go on your units, find out 2 or 3 things about this individual that you're going to remember, that you can have something that's a talking point to build with them. And it opens the line of communication where they come to you. Oftentimes, people come to my office to talk to me. It really has nothing to do with housekeeping, but it has to do, we've built that open line of communication, and now you trust your leadership. So you're going to stay, because honestly, people can be housekeepers anywhere, but they're here and they're not transferring to another facility because they trust their leadership here and trust that they're in a good space. And we're supported by Kings County's leadership, and we try to make sure that our staff always feel that. And people coming here, they see that all the time. We always have visitors, and one of the things that they talk about is the energy of our staff, how engaged they are, how they take pride in the things they do. If they see something wrong, and that, again, that's not something you can teach. So that's when you're even starting from the moment of hiring. You're hiring with someone that has a certain amount of integrity, and they value what they're doing, value the work that they're doing. And I think that continues down, because that's how we start. It starts from the top down, and it's something that we definitely try to lead with always having the integrity of the work, because then that's the expectation at all times from you. And I think that you can see it, because it sets the tone from our supervisors, how they're treating them. And we tell them, you're the one doing the work. We are just the pathways and the people that go to meetings, right? That's really who we are. But if you don't do the work, I don't matter. You make us look good and be able to present the quality of the work that you're doing. But you're in the trenches every day. You're the person in the rooms. You're the experts. We are just, the facilitators and the navigating of what you're doing. But you guys are the experts every day that are there. You're the one dealing with the patients. The scores are not Geraldo scores or my scores. They are the scores of what the frontline staff is doing every single day. So, and to me, that's really important when we talk to them, that they know, 1, we value them, 2, we recognize what they're doing, and that we trust that the space in what they're doing.
And as Antoinette said, it's some of those conversations that have nothing to do with work. We have an open door policy. Any one of our employees can see us essentially at any time. If we're available at that time, my time is their time. I can be in the middle of a meal, and I will make sure that I stop to engage, to have those conversations. It's important to hear them out. It's important to try to work through the situation for them, with them, and all on top of all of that, showing the gratitude of the work and the appreciation that you show for all their work, their efforts that they do, because it's important. Many times in our department, environmental services, you don't hear the thank yous. You just hear, we need this done, we need that done, or can you take care of this? I think it's important for us to thank our employees, to show the gratitude that we really do have for all their hard work and effort, because it is hard work and it is a great effort for them to do this on a day in and day out basis and be able to provide the quality service that our patients need, deserve, and require. it's truly a testament to their work. But again, we have to show them that appreciation. We have to acknowledge their hard work. We have to acknowledge how their day is. We have to thank them for the tireless work they do day in and day out. Making sure we thank them throughout the day. Making sure that we see them out. I try to make it my purpose to be in the office area around the end of shifts, so that I can greet them and send them off home in a pleasant way. Offer them anything I can, from candy to water to drinks or to juices. Anything that I have in my office is theirs. Any staff member can come into my office and say, hey, oh wow, I'm thirsty. Do you have any water? And I will open my refrigerator and say, you can have whatever you like. Because the truth of the matter is that I'm here for them. We're here for our patients. And if I can help them make their day better, then it's just going to make the day better for all of our patients and all the people in this hospital. So it's important for us to be able to engage with our employees. It's important for us to be able to treat them with dignity and respect, because that's what they want. We're all professionals from every level, and it's important for us to treat them as professionals.
In conclusion, always remember to lead with integrity and compassion.
Always make yourself available to your team members. And always show gratitude for the work that they do every single day.
Thank you all for joining us. Once again, I'm Antoinette Williamson.
And I'm Geraldo Acevedo.
And we'll see you on the next episode.